Guys, good morning. Welcome back to the channel for another video today. If you're new here, my name is Brittany and I've been on a Mounjaro weight loss journey since November of 2022 and I have lost over 90 pounds at this point now, and I'm on a bit of a journey right now to hit that 100-pound weight loss mark. So I would love to have you hit that subscribe button and follow along with me and share your journey with me as well. Today, I actually wanted to talk to you guys about something that is a very hot topic right now in the GLP-1 world, and that is the affordability of these medications. With compounding tirzepatide kind of making its way out, we don't know 100% for sure yet. There is still some court things going on that could ultimately change the outcome. Nobody ever knows. However, right now, compounding pharmacies have until February and March, depending on which type of pharmacy they are, to stop compounding tirzepatide. And so with that comes the question of affordability for a lot of us, because obviously, as I showed in a video last week when I talked about insurance coverage, majority of insurances are not covering this GLP-1 medication for weight loss for patients. And there's so many reasons behind that. So you can definitely check that video out if you are interested in doing so. However, the bottom line is a lot of insurances aren't covering these medications. So we do have some things coming down the pipeline and some little hints here and there from people that suggest that more affordability is coming within the year of 2025. 2025 is going to be a big year for GLP-1s, mostly because of just all of the different ones that are coming down the pipeline and are in the mid to end stage trial phases and all of that. And so we're going to go over a couple of what may be your option in 2025 or beyond. The biggest thing that I wanted to touch on today is actually Eli Lilly. So Eli Lilly, back in the fall of 2024, as we know, released the vials. There was this huge campaign going on, hashtag release the vial, and they ended up doing so in their 2.5 and 5 milligram doses only. And you can get those like from Eli directly. They will ship them to you. The only thing is that they did not have insurance coverage for those. Like, they weren't accepting insurance on them. So they were an out-of-pocket price of $399 for the 2.5 milligram and $549 for the 5 milligram dosages. Now, at that time, CEO of Eli Lilly, Dave Ricks, actually made a statement saying that the sort of thought process behind releasing the vials was to expand accessibility, affordability, and also to help with the crippling shortage that was going on at that time on Mounjaro Zepbound for weight loss. That was when the Zepbound shortage was really, really bad, and people were having trouble finding their medicine and were waiting weeks and weeks, some people months, to access their prescription. So the thought was release the vials, add more accessibility because we don't have to use that pen structure, and then also make it a little bit more affordable. However, at the time, a lot of people were like, is this really, is it really more affordable, right? Because most of us could go and get the compounded version of tirzepatide, no matter the dose, for $399, right? Where they're charging $399 for 2.5, and then as 5 was over $500, which ultimately is almost as much as their pens are with the coupon off of their website. So a lot of people questioned, like, are you really making it any more affordable for anybody? So it really didn't build confidence in Eli Lilly. In fact, their fourth quarter earnings were much, much lower than what was predicted. They had a very disappointing stock report for their fourth quarter. And a lot of people say that has to do with the whole compounded saga, the whole affordability thing, how they handled this shortage, how greedy they are being perceived by Americans, so on and so forth. So all that being said, with that little recap there, are we getting more vials? Are we getting higher dosages in vials? So CEO Dave Ricks, again, has been dropping a few hints, and the fact that he's just speaking publicly about this and just saying that this might be something that's coming down the pipeline is a really good sign. If you are going out and you are speaking on it publicly, most likely it is either about to be announced or it is in the works or whatever. Like, most CEOs aren't just going to whip something like this out of their back pocket and say it to the world before it's been done behind the scenes, right? So in a recent podcast that Dave Ricks was on called the Read Out Loud podcast, he stated, and quote, "We'd like to lower the entry cost and we'd like to have more doses available of the vials." He's speaking on the vials here. That's not something we're announcing today, but we do see that as an option. So just the fact that he said that, like I said, on a podcast, the internet went crazy. The GLP-1 content creators, influencers, people on Reddit went nuts just for the fact that he just said this, again, out loud to people, not, behind the scenes or whatever. So while that's not a definitive announcement, I do think that's a very good sign that in 2025, we could be seeing higher dosages available in the vials from Eli Lilly direct. Now, are they going to make it as affordable as people can afford, of the compounded tirzepatide? Time will tell. I do think it's important to note that he did say they want to lower cost and they want to make more available. So hopefully they are seeing the trends and seeing that people are not going to be able to afford for a long time $650 a month with the coupon to be doing it for the long term. And so hopefully they're going to be making changes. Now, a lot of people actually, and I actually have this opinion myself as well, are thinking that the reason that this is coming, the reason that Eli Lilly is moving towards these changes is because they recognize that this sort of train that they've been on is going to come to an end and the train tracks are going to run out for them. There are several new GLP-1s in the works. You're going to start having more and more be released by different companies and more competition or whatever. And so they are going to have to keep their prices competitive if they want to continue to be successful. I love tirzepatide. Absolutely love it. You guys know that. I tried to go on Wegovy and was not able to and had to switch back. However, I don't think that tirzepatide in the end will end up being the best, right? They're the best right now. And so that's why they've been able to charge so much money and kind of run the show. However, as more medicines get developed and as more time goes on and as more research is done, the medicine's only going to get better and better, or they're doing it wrong, right? That's what's supposed to happen. So Eli Lilly is going to have to recognize at some point that they are not going to be the be-all, end-all of GLP-1s, and so they're going to have to be more competitive with their prices. They're going to have to be more forward with their GLP-1s that they're creating, which they do have a couple that they're working on, but they're going to have to be forward thinking, and they have been so far. And so with that, I think comes the hope that prices will be reduced because of the fact that they are a very smart company who has made billions and billions of dollars, and they know as times change, prices and things like that are going to have to change as well. Now, let's talk about a few of the GLP-1s that are currently in trials and may hit the market in the year 2025. So the first is obviously retatrutide. Do not come at me if I'm saying these. Oh, you can if you want to. I don't care. I might be saying them wrong though. But that is the first one. That is in phase 3 clinical trials, said to be highly effective at weight management with minimal side effects and safety concerns. This one's important because I'm getting choked up over it, because obviously one of the big concerns with Wegovy and tirzepatide or Mounjaro, Zepbound, whatever, is the side effects that come with it. And so currently all of the ones in the market, people are working really hard at finding ones that have, or discovering ones or creating ones that have minimal side effects. So this is a very good sign for them that pretty minimal side effects are being reported with it. The next one is called amycretin. It's amycretin. So this is a combo of GLP-1 and amylin, which is a hormone that helps regulate appetite in the body. So that one could be absolutely amazing. I'm looking forward to researching that one some more and seeing kind of what the trials are saying and all of that, because that could be quite interesting if you combine the GLP-1 sugar regulation and digestive slowing with amylin that helps create, and then let's throw some GIP in there as well and just get our food noise gone too. That's great. I think that this one has a lot of potential. That is a once weekly injection, and so is the first one that I mentioned. And then the last one is actually Lilly's, and that is the orforglipron. That one is a oral version, and that one is currently in phase 3. It is a Lilly drug, but yeah, those are the three that are sort of like, when you do some research, those are the three that pop up that are most likely to be released at some point in this year. The problem with the oral one is that in the trials earlier in the end of 2024, it wasn't producing as much effectiveness as a injection is. And so a lot of people are saying that finding an oral version that does as well consistently as tirzepatide or semaglutide does is going to be difficult, just because of the way that you're taking it. And so the concentration of the drug would have to be so high to not have it essentially just be like flushed out of your body as you're digesting food and all of that. So that one, oral versions are proving to be a little bit more difficult, but I do think that eventually they will be an option, because there are so many people, there's this whole class of people who don't want to take injections. And so I do think that that will eventually work, but I do think it's important to mention that the trials on that produced much less effectiveness than the injections counterparts. Now, another reason why, like, just more becoming available, the whole like competitive pricing thing, there's every single day becoming more and more indications to use this drug. These drugs are only going to get more in demand as more indications come out. So currently there's more indications, including kidney disease, heart failure, fatty liver disease that's non-alcoholic, disease control, as far as like addiction disease control. So many like things, again, coming down the pipeline, talking about ways that you can use this incredible discovery to treat different things in the body. It's kind of like the modern day metformin. Everybody thought that metformin was this like magic drug, and now it's shifting to, it's funny that like the diabetic medications are becoming the ones that have been and still are becoming the ones that are like the do it all drug. You know what I mean? So as generics start to become available, pricing is going to change. It just is. And so I think that Dave coming out and saying, we want to offer this, we want to offer better pricing, we want to offer more forms in the vial. Now that could be like reputation control, right? Because of the whole compounded thing, like trying to cover their butts and say, hey, I know we're taking this from you, but we're working on something else. That definitely could be true, but I don't even care if that's what it is, if they do follow through and come through with cheaper options that more people will be able to access. So I want to know what your thoughts are down below on this. As always, do you think that Dave speaking on it publicly means that it's coming? I personally do. I have seen a lot in my lifetime, and let me tell you that people, like big business owners that are worth a lot of money and who are important in society, do not just come out and say things like that, again, if it's not something that's been like in the works for a while. So I think that we could realistically expect to see more vials in different dosages, hopefully for cheaper, released in 2025. But as always, I want to know what your thoughts are down below as well. Tomorrow I have for you guys another What I Eat in a Day video. I've really been enjoying filming those lately, and you guys seem to be liking them as well. So don't forget to subscribe if you're new, stick around. I have several other What I Eat in a Days on this channel, but I've been doing sort of almost one a week lately. Actually, I don't know if I did one last week or if that was something different, but I've been doing them more often because you guys seem to like them, to get ideas and to just relate more to my journey. So stay tuned for that. I hope that you guys have a great Tuesday, and I will see you tomorrow on Wednesday. Have a great day, guys. Also, as always, drop down below how you're moving your body today and what you're doing to further your health journey. Have a great day, guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.